Hey, what's going on, Lamont? This is Manuel Santiago.
Hey, how's it going, man? I'm doing good myself, though. Just chilling out, man. Just waiting to get in the training camp and get ready for a fight.
Cool, man. First off, let me say that I'm honored to have you on the show right now. I want to thank you for taking the time to talk to us real quick. My very first question for you, I know it wasn't planned, but how has your time off been? Did you find out anything about yourself?
Not really, man. I always stay dedicated to the sport. So, I was constantly in the gym, training just like I was going to fight. Sometimes we pick it up to the point where it's just like I'm fighting. And then sometimes we just relax and bring it back down just like, I just finished fighting. So, it was the same old thing. I didn't really find out anything about myself. I always been, tough-skinned. So, I really had no problems with what was going on. I just knew at the end of the day that things would clear out and clear up and the truth would come out and, I'll go on with my career.
Cool. There has been some talk about you maybe fighting Zab Judah. How do you feel about that possibility? Because he's a very respected veteran in boxing. How do you feel about that fight if it happens?
Zab's a great fighter, and I respect Zab. Always did. I looked up to him, and I still do. He's one of the best in the game. He's been around and been at this weight class for a very long time. When titles at the title. It's going. If we do fight, it'll be a great fight. I'm just looking forward to coming back. Been off for 10 months now, close to 10 months now. So, by the time we get in the ring, it'll be close to a year. So I'm anxious to get in there, whoever it is, and if it's that, it should be a great one.
Cool. Let me ask you real quick. I don't think you don't want to get too into it, but how did you first feel when you found out that the IBF wasn't going to strip your other belt, or actually your belt?
It was a great feeling. It was a great feeling to see, after all that happened, and everybody was just coming up with stories. It seemed like they were just making it up as they went, and just all these new things coming out, saying it's this, steroids this, and just for someone to actually take the time out and listen and go over the facts and then make a decision, it was a great feeling. And I respect the IBF. I just want to thank them again, for them even, to just take the time out and listen. They could have said and ruled, the other way, but I still would have respected the fact that they took the time out and listened.
Right. Well, after the fight, after everything happened, the rematch was called off. Amir Khan talked a lot about you and everything that went on. How did you feel after he talked all that when you saw him getting knocked out by Danny Garcia?
I mean, I just looked at it as it's boxing. The way I saw it, there was a good possibility that was going to happen. I won't say that it was, something that happened to Khan because what he said about me or the things he did or whatever the case may be. It's just boxing. It could have been anybody, and it could have been Khan knocking Danny out that night. That's just the way things go. It just so happened, Danny won that fight. He landed a good punch, good shot, and Khan never recovered, and then he jumped on him. Those type of things happen in boxing. But as far as, Khan, I guess he'll bounce back from it.
Would you consider doing a rematch with Amir Khan in the future, or are you looking for a bigger fight against someone like Danny Garcia or even Adrian Bronner, be able to move up to 140?
Whoever's at the top, at this time, that's what I want. And at this point, Khan took a few steps back in the rankings and things like that. So, I'm mostly looking ahead. So, do I see a rematch with Khan in the near future? Nah.
Okay. And my very last question before I send you back to Hector is, how do you silence the voices of people in boxing? You know, they say he took steroids, he's a cheater, he won't win without them. How do you what do you do when you come back and silence?
Hey, that's enough, but you get the point. Lamont Peterson breaking his silence on the KO Boxing Lounge. It should be the KO Lounge. I'm gonna have a link for it. You can listen to the entire show. It's a great show. Hollywood 009 on Twitter if you want to follow him. He did a great show, man. He brings a lot of energy to the sport, and he's got a great show going. You know, I support all the guys that's out there that's working and doing their thing on Blog Talk. I just can't check all of them. It takes time. Peace.